in Korea with Hyunwoo.
Just for the sake of it, sometimes you give compliment when you don't really mean it. But this guy deserves every admiration, actually. Good morning, 현우쌤님.
Thank you. Wow. Did you really mean that?
그럼요. 물론이죠. 왜냐면 이게 보통 어려운 일이 아니잖아요. 우리말, 우리 문화를 이렇게 외국인들에게 잘 설명하기 위해서 방법이 얼마나 어려운 게 많겠어요. 그죠? But
Thank
you're
you
doing
very
a fantastic job.
Yeah.
그죠? Isn't this your favorite segment,
I
right?
really like it because I get to learn a couple of Korean tips here and there as well.
그러니까.
That's great to hear.
All right, so good to see you, Hyunwoo. Anything new with you?
Well, the season has changed. It's fall now, and I've bought a couple of sweatshirts, and I'm really happy about those
Oh, right.
purchases.
Is that new?
Yes, this is new.
Nice.
And other than that, nothing much.
Yeah. Clothes shopping for the season is quite fun, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is fun.
네. 자, 오늘도 퀴즈 퀘스천으로 시작합니다.
All right, so in Korea, in the autumn, the weather starts to get, number 1, chilly, number 2, sweltering.
One more time, please.
In the autumn, right now, here in Korea, the weather starts to get, number 1, chilly, number 2, sweltering.
Thank you, Hyunwoo. If you know the answer, you can put it on our Bandi board or text in on your cell phone, pounder sharp 1045 for 51, and you can check our website later to see if you're a winner.
오케이. 자, 정답 주신 분들 가운데 추첨 통해서 선물로 오메가3를 보내드리겠습니다. I'm not talking about a watch, but 오메가3를 보내드리겠습니다.
Excellent.
Okay, so we have a small clip for you, and here it is.
형, 나 가을 타나 봐. 가을은 또 외로움 타줘야지. 외로움을 타되 힘은 잃지 마. 끝나고 고기 먹자.
일하라고 또 뭐하니?
저 가을 타나 봐요. 일하기가 싫어요.
정신 똑바로 차리고 일이나 해라. 이거나 봐라.
아까 유진 씨도
네,
가을을 탄다고
뭔 얘기예요, 이게 그러니까?
네.
남자는 아니라
사람은 가을을 탈 수 있습니다. 그러니까
우리가 사람이기 때문에 가을을 타는 거네요. 똑바로 뭐하니? 가을 타지 말고 일 열심히 해야지. 영어 공부해야지. 자, 가을 탄다는 얘기 참 우리 많이 하잖아요. 선생님, have you ever heard of this expression? 가을 탄다?
Tada, like ride? So,
Something like that.
ride the fall or ride autumn?
That would be like literal translation.
Exactly, that would be the literal translation. Or
Okay.
tada can also mean to burn, but you're not burning the autumn because it's impossible. But basically, you are feeling all of a sudden sentimental.
맞다.
Ah, okay. I understand.
So that is basically 가을타다, and you are affected by the fall weather.
Right.
Do you?
I think I do. Actually, and I think people do different things when they do feel 가을타다. So what do you do if you sometimes 가을타다?
아이고, 그래도 가을을 타는데
네.
I'm one of those people who are really seriously affected by the weather
Is
change.
that right?
네. 그러면 정말 sentimental and melancholy해지고 하는 gloomy해지고 갑자기 사는 게 뭔지 막 이렇게
Is there-
눈물 툭 떨구고.
Is there anything that you do?
Exactly. So I don't think so. I don't
No?
think, there's nothing I can do about
I
it.
call my friends or get in touch with my friends from overseas.
I see.
Yeah. But I usually don't do that during a change of season. It's more around a holiday time.
I see.
Maybe around Christmas or something
Yeah.
like that.
Right.
For me, Christmas or other types of holidays are so busy. I am surrounded by people all the time, so I don't feel lonely. I
Okay.
have no time to call other people. I'm busy enough with the people that I'm
So,
interacting with.
the expression 가을타다,
Yeah.
is that associated with a feeling of loneliness? Because feeling sentimental and feeling lonely aren't necessarily connected. They can be, but not necessarily.
But in this case, they are connected.
Okay.
Because when you say you are 가을타다, you feel sentimental, you feel lonely, you feel the fall blues.
Fall blues.
Yeah. It's not such a positive sentiment to have
Okay.
in many situations.
Right.
So you don't want to do things. You're not motivated to study or work out.
Oh, it's even
Right.
all of those things connected.
Exactly.
Ah.
And you're just blaming the season. You know? It's not you, it's the season.
So if I asked you, 현우 씨 요즘은 왜 운동 안 해요? You could say, 가을 타니까
가을
뭐
타서.
하고 싶지 않아요.
exactly,
그렇지.
exactly.
의욕이 안 생겨요.
Okay.
You don't feel motivated.
Right,
enough.
right,
맞다.
right.
One thing that I particularly do when I feel 가을타다, like when I go to work or when I am walking somewhere, I walk a lot more. I find myself walking like unnecessarily too much.
Okay.
Like where I could actually take the subway, I walk like 3-4 subway stations.
Okay.
To enjoy the scenery, maybe?
No, I don't know. I don't want to be around people.
Yep.
So I just walk all by myself.
Yeah.
I
Be a
find like
loner there.
smaller alleys.
Which is ironic because you're probably walking down a sidewalk with thousands of other
Exactly.
people. But yet I do know exactly what you mean. I did that once. I walked from Gangnam Station to Shinsa Station, which isn't overly far. But I just took the time to have a look at the signs on the buildings to see what businesses were in there. Some of the shops I stopped into that I had never been into before. So maybe that's why I was doing that. 가을타니까.
Yeah. I once walked from Apgujeong to Annam,
Where's Anna? How far is that?
a Korea University area.
Oh,
so it
oh,
took
oh.
me about 3 hours
Oh my lord,
to get
really?
home. Yeah.
아, 아이고 대단하시네.
I mean, I was under the weather. I was like being sentimental.
I see. So being sentimental. So I feel sentimental when fall comes라고 한다든지 혹은 I have the fall blues. Monday blues이기도 하지만 fall blues.
You could say the weather's got me down.
그거 좋네.
Yeah.
The weather has got me down.
Yeah. And again, like I mentioned before, the feeling of sentimental doesn't necessarily mean lonely. You could maybe, if the fall season is when you last saw your friend or something like that, you might, oh man, I remember that party that we had, his going away party. It doesn't necessarily mean you're lonely.
That's right.
It just means you're having that emotional
Right.
feeling of reminiscence, right? Thinking back to the past.
I think in that aspect, I think the reason that I can personally associate loneliness with 가을타다 is because the weather is actually physically getting chillier.
Yep.
So in spring, you can say 봄타다 too.
Right.
But since the weather is getting warmer, you feel like you want to go somewhere, you want to go on a
Feel-
trip.
feel vibrant.
봄타니까 I want to go somewhere, I want to do something. So it has to do with the temperature dropping, I guess.
Okay.
You feel lonely when you are cold.
Can you use that positively in the wintertime, maybe if you're a snowboarder or some sort of winter sport person? Can you use it positively like that?
Like 겨울타다?
Yeah.
Not really.
No?
Not really.
탄다라고 하는 것은 you are being affected in sort of like not so positive way.
Yeah,
I see.
involuntarily.
Okay.
You don't want to be controlled by the weather, but you
Exactly.
are. So there are some other things that are more general in terms of using 타다. For example, 리듬을 타다.
If you go to a club and you start dancing
Yeah.
or something,
You
and someone says, "Why are you dancing?" 리듬 타니까.
리듬 타고 있어요?
그렇게 말 안. Why are you dancing? Why would you want to ask that question in a dance floor? On a dance floor, you want to ask somebody?
Because
why
you're a
are you
fuddy-duddy,
dancing?
that's why.
Well, if somebody's dancing or trying to dance and that dance is too poor, you can say 리듬 좀 타. Get into the rhythm. You know.
그 groove는 뭐예요? Get into the groove 뭐 이런 말도 그런 거 아니에요?
Yes, it would be the same. Yeah.
Into the groove.
Into
and
the
the groove.
분위기를 타다.
분위기를 탄다.
Yeah. And there are
Okay.
two more expressions related to 타다. 더위를 타다 and
더위를-
추위를 타다. You get easily affected by the heat or the cold.
Right. 그 더위 타세요? 라고 물을 때가 있잖아요.
그렇죠.
그러면 do you get easily affected by the summer heat? 이렇게 한다든지 그렇게
Or
물으면 돼요?
are you weak to the heat?
Are you
Right.
Yeah,
weak
can you
to
stand
the
the heat?
Yeah.
Are you weak to the heat? 열기에 약하세요? 뭐 이런 뜻이 되는 거네. 네. 자, 타다라는 말. 아유, 그러니 우리말을 배우는 게 얼마나 어려운 일이에요. From the non-native speakers of
Yeah,
Korean.
just because it doesn't translate easily. But I perfectly understand what you're talking about. Now, the next step for me would be figuring out which situations you can use it in and which situations you can't.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
That's great information, though. Thank you very much. And as always, Hyunwoo, the time flies by in your segment. Can we get the answer to your quiz before we finish up, please?
So the quiz was in the autumn in Korea, the weather starts to get number 1, chilly, number 2, sweltering. Of course, the answer is chilly.
정답 맞춰주신 분 가운데 추첨 통해서 선물로 오메가3 보내드릴게요. Okay,
All right.
thank you so much, 한 선생님.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, see you next time.
See you next time.